decisions according to your divine will. And it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Please rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Council, I need a motion on the work session minutes from the last meeting.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve. All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Get a motion on the last council meeting minutes.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Mr. Mayor.
Thank you so much. I just want to give you a heads up at our next meeting, which is on the Tuesday the 6th or 7th. We're going to have a presentation that's going to center around this new initiative that you guys have been talking about and that we've been talking about. It really does address the totality of dilapidation and getting rid of properties and doing those proactive things that you have been wanting. The reason we did not do that this week was Chris Conway is going to be leading that presentation, introducing to you some of the newly selected individuals that are going to be part of that effort. But he's on vacation this week, so he'll be doing that Tuesday, the first meeting in November. In this chamber, we congratulate and we celebrate and we bring proclamations to a myriad of athletes who have represented our city extremely well, whether they've come in as champions of the city or of the state, or even in some cases a national championship. But that's not all that represent our city well. There are many in the academic world that represent our city well, and so tonight we wanted to celebrate and congratulate and honor those National Merit finalists that have been vying with so many others around the United States. There's 1.6 million students nationwide that take the preliminary SAT National Merit Scholarship qualifying test. Only 1% of the students qualify to become National Merit Scholar semifinalists. The honor is based on their PSAT scores and allows them to be eligible for National Merit allowances worth $2,500 and more. Montgomery is lucky to have athletic champions, as we've talked about, but we also have academic champions as well. And then Michael goes on a real tear about athletes and academics. Let me just give you some of the facts that he has here, and those that are here representing the families of those great scholars. I want you to take particular note at these numbers. Consider these facts. Michael Jordan, one of the world's most famous athletes, retired with $40 million in endorsements and makes $175,000 per day, whether he's working or not working. That translates into $7,400 above minimum wage on an hourly basis. When he sleeps a night for 7 hours, he wakes up $52,000 richer. If you or I were given 1 penny for every $10 he makes, we would have a comfortable annual salary of $65,000. He enjoys golf. As a matter of fact, he was at Lagoon Park, played around the golf. I don't think I was mayor then, or I'd have played with him, but he came off the 18th hole, so it took him 4 hours to play a round of golf. He earned $33,000 while he was playing golf that day, and he didn't bet. However, if Michael Jordan saves 100% of his income for the next 450 years, if he saves 100% of his annual income for the next 450 years, he'll still have less money than Bill Gates has today. Sometimes brain beats brawn. hands down. Michael, that was really good. Thank you so much for that. So, let's meet
Good job, Michael.
our Brady National Merit semifinalists. And if we will, we'll have a presentation to those individually. I think they'll be by school, and then we'll get a picture with the whole group. But in all seriousness, we congratulate you on the work that you have done and that you are doing and that you will do to put Montgomery at the forefront. And while we talk a lot about the gaps in Montgomery public education, we've got great excellence in certain areas, and you're going to see that as we present these National Merit Scholarships. So let's give them all a great big round of applause as they get presented.
We want to invite their parents and school officials to come up close for the photo op. Our first National Merit semifinalist is from Booker T. Washington Magnet High School, Rachel Thompson. From Montgomery Catholic, Henry Petters. From Trinity Presbyterian, William Merrill. We have two from St. James. The first is Declan Fitzpatrick. Declan. Our next St. James Trojan is William Rice. Mayor, there are 9 from the Loveless Academic Magnet Program. That puts them in the top 5 of Alabama high schools that produced National Merit semifinalists. The first one is Philip Hardin. Jim Young Kim. Please forgive me if I mispronounce this. Varun Koski. Jacob Messina. Catherine Walcott. And Gary Wilford. Anna Williams. Oh, you guys are so far back. Feel free to come closer. Oh, okay. Martha Wynn. And the evening's final National Merit semifinalist, Mr. Aaron Zhuang. Whole lot of IQ, and each student says they're going to live here in Montgomery. Uh-oh. Do we have a St. James principal?
I'll be your principal.
Mayor, they've promised they're going to retain their brain power right here in Montgomery as adults, so they're not leaving. We're not allowing them to. They're in the top 1% of students nationwide based on their PSAT scores. One more hand for our Brainiac Montgomery.
They're going to be excused now, but I just want to leave them with one message. In 5 years, 6 years, or 7 years, we're going to take roll call again, and we want you in Montgomery, Alabama. Congratulations.
I wish I'd have paid more. My daughter's making us.
Can I ask the mayor one question? Has the mayor finished?
Yes.
Mrs. Jenright, with your permission, I want to ask the mayor one question. Mayor, when let me give a disclaimer, if I may, and just give me a minute. I represent some employees from the state, from Montgomery public school system. I want to make this disclaimer because the city has entered into that lawsuit, and I don't want to have a conflict of interest. So I don't want to make this disclaimer. And we sued two persons. So we sued Mr. Sentance, who is a former superintendent, and we sued Mr. Dr. Eggleston, who is works for the State Board of Education. We sued them on behalf of employees. Since I have been on the city council, I have not come before the city in any manner before the city judges because although I didn't think it would be a conflict, as Lord, you have to have do not want to have the appearance of impropriety. And I had made it my decision that it would be quite awkward for me to ever file a lawsuit against the city. I am a part of the city. It's not all what we wish it would be, but it is what it is, and I think we're doing a good job. But the mayor, we filed this lawsuit, and the city of Montgomery has made a motion to intervene in this lawsuit. And so it puts me in a precarious situation because I'm going to find myself, when I represent someone, I'm going to represent my clients vigorously. And it's going to seem, I'm not going to move off the lawsuit, and I'm not here to talk about the lawsuit, but it's going to put me at odds with the city because the city entered into a lawsuit. It wasn't that we sued the city. Having said that, I want to make that disclaimer because I don't want to say that when I ask this question, I'm trying to get something personally. But here's my question. Had I provided, and I'm not, let me tell you, Mayor, I'm not picking on you or anything like that, but had I known, had I been presented the professional courtesy to say, hey, Bell, you're one of the lawyers, we're going to intervene, maybe I would have pulled out. But here's my question, and having said that, I just want to make that disclaimer. When the city enters into a lawsuit or does a lawsuit on behalf of the city, would not you think that well, I won't put words in your mouth. Do you think that the city council ought to be informed of it, or do you just file a lawsuit and don't inform us? Either way, it doesn't matter to me. But I was just, and maybe some city councils were, maybe I'm talking too much. Maybe some city council. But don't you think when you enter into a lawsuit that we ought at least be advised about it? Or maybe I'm asking too much?
No. Matter of fact, I was out of town the day that we actually filed the petition for intervention. And the first thing I said to Kim Fell, our city attorney, is when you file the intervention or when our outside counsel files that intervention, the first people I want to make sure gets notified is in fact the city council. And I believe by email, you were in fact notified the moment that she was invited. You notified?
Well, and I apologize for the delay. They were supposed to tell me when they filed it, and at 5 o'clock I emailed and said, I just want to follow up because I could not get on Alicourt to look and see, and that's when I sent it to y'all because that was when I was notified that it had actually been filed. It was filed earlier that afternoon. You probably got service on it, I guess.
But our intention was for the city council to be the first to know that we had intervened in the lawsuit.
And I appreciate that because I thought you were just, let me be frank with you. I thought you just were disrespecting the city council. But having said that, Mayor, and I won't take up all the time, but every time you've been in a lawsuit, we go in an executive session and discuss it. So my question is, I want it out in open. Do you think that it's not important not to inform us that you are filing a lawsuit? Because in the lawsuit, it says something on behalf of the city council. I mean, we are at least one half of the city, and I just think that we ought to be given the, quote, the professional courtesy to say whether we want to intervene. I'm okay with you now because, you know, I'm okay with it. But I just don't know why we would intervene. I'm going to be very careful with this because I don't want to sound like it was a conflict. But do y'all ever inform the city council when y'all are going to file a lawsuit?
Well, yes, I thought we did. It was my intention that we would let you know as soon as we had done that, but not always. In this particular case, as you well know, this is a very delicate issue. 95% of the people that are in the public school system are, in fact, Montgomery City of citizens. We give them, on average, about $10 million a year. We have a very vested interest. They use our facilities. We cut their grasses.
I understand that. I'm not questioning the legitimacy because I'm not getting that. Only thing I was questioning is the professionalism of letting the city council, whether I was a lawyer on the other side or not. And so that's what I'm saying. I think, you know, really I just think that we ought to be informed. And maybe I'm the only one that thinks that. I just want to bring that out, and so I'm finished with that. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. I'd like to call Mr. Burkett for a special presentation.
Is this the hole-in-one club that you're going to introduce?
Yep. I present myself. This board. I want the Honorable Mayor Todd Strange to stand beside me as I introduce the Women Driving Force, our first African American group in the state of Alabama. I want them to join us right now.
Talk a bit about what this organization is.
Driving Force Women Golf Club was started 10 years ago as a club for women, African American women who love to play the game of golf. Since that time, we have grown to become a diverse group, and now we boast to have over 80 members, and we like to play in Montgomery and out of Montgomery. And just recently, when we kicked off our 10th anniversary, we did it with a proclamation being given by the mayor, the governor, and the county commission proclaiming September 15th as Driving Force Day in the state, city, and county. And we did that by offering a golf clinic for kids. It was tiered up for kids, and we had 150 kids who want to learn how to play golf. Since that time, we've played the latest in Tennessee. Hold it up, our Vice President Vaughn Foster, and we got a traveling towel to prove it. They will not get that back. We just came from Atlanta, Georgia, playing Browns Mill, November 4th. We won the Alabama-Georgia shootout. They will not get that back. So I don't know what that is, but it sure is pretty. I love trophies.
The reason they have a trophy and a plaque because they won the Tennessee and the Georgia shootout. So one is presented by the Honorable Mayor Todd Strange. He has the plaque. And with that plaque, he's supposed to read.
Providing opportunities for all women and girls to learn, play, and enjoy the parenthetically, the women out there playing, I guarantee it's men around there somewhere. So after they kicked off the 10th anniversary theater for kids, God Plan, introduced 180 kids to God and Gateway God. In addition to many accomplishments of driving force women's gospel, they competed in the Alabama, Tennessee, and Arkansas God on August 12th in the Alabama Georgia shootout on October 7th and won both events. Your dedication and commitment to our community is commendable. It is an honor to recognize your service. God bless and keep you given unto this day by St. Mary David and God bless.
We can stand in the back, y'all do it now.
To the flag that we had that describes the Tennessee and Georgia shootout, so they both won. This is a trophy that they do not have to give back either. So I was up there with this trophy here with the little girl with the cute ponytail. So all over there, looks like a little boy, but this is a woman. Over here, 1% there that says that congratulations, driving for first place for the Alabama Georgia shootout.
Y'all back up, let's stand behind y'all.
We have one more member that's in this group that I'm aware of. She doesn't have blue on tonight. We welcome Spring Crowd
Yeah, come on here.
Thanks, guys.
Everybody keep telling us.
There's the most stressful, relaxing game you'll ever take. So happy for a round.
Any special committee reports this afternoon? Mr. Pruitt?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Jenwright, we met today, the committee on the police department, number of employees. We met today, and we're going to re-meet again with a plan that Director Murphy and Chief Finley are going to come up with, and hopefully we'll have something on November 21st. We're going to meet, Madam Clerk, November 21st at 2 o'clock.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jenwright.
Okay. First item.
Mr. President, item 1, ordinance rezoning one parcel of land containing 12.5 acres located on the north side of Taylor Road East.
Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
We're going to carry that over to the first meeting in January, Madam Clerk.
First meeting in January. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Item 2, resolution assenting to the vacation of a portion of McGowan Street.
Need a motion to suspend the rules on this item, please.
Motion to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. Item 3, resolution revoking business license for failure to pay sales tax and authorizing show cause hearing doing business as Club Big Boys 2 at 620 South Hope Street.
Need a motion to suspend the rules.
Move to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. Item 4, application for a restaurant retail liquor license doing business as Rock and Roll Sushi at 1470 Taylor Road.
Representative of Rock and Roll Sushi, please, come forward. You come over here, please, sir. Give me your name for the record, please.
Jared Siraj.
James. This is a public hearing. Anyone like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, declare the public hearing's been held. It's proper for council. Need a motion to suspend the rules, gentlemen.
Move to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous?
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is
Good luck with your
adopted.
business, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
When are you opening up?
End of November.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Item 5, application for retail beer and retail table wine owner off premises, doing business as Bibb Street Pizza Company, 424 Bibb Street.
Representative Bibb Street Pizza. Your name for the record, sir?
It's Patrick Walters.
Okay, Patrick. This is a public hearing. Anyone would like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, declare public hearing's been held. It's proper with council. Need a motion?
Suspend the rules.
Have a motion to suspend the rules. All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
7,
All opposed? All
we have one abstention.
abstention. Okay. Motion carries. Good luck with your business, sir.
Thank you.
Item 6, application for retail beer and retail table wine off premises only, doing business as Dollar General Store at 4850 Mobile Highway.
Representative Dollar General on Mobile Highway, please. Your name for the record, sir?
Chris Robertson.
Okay, Mr. Robertson. This is a public hearing. Anyone would like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, declare the public hearing's been held. It's proper for the council. Need a motion?
Move to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted.
Good luck with your business, sir.
Item 7, application for retail beer and retail table wine off premises only, doing business as Highland Meat and Grocery, 2710 Highland Avenue.
Representative Highland Meat and Grocery, please. Your name for the record?
Jay.
Okay, Jay. This is a public hearing. Anyone like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, declare the public hearing's been held. Proper for the council. Need a motion?
Move to suspend the rules.
Have a motion to suspend the rules. All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted.
Good luck with your business, sir.
Thank you.
Item 8, application for retail beer and retail table wine off premises only, doing business as Sitco Troy Highway at 4291 Troy Highway.
Representative Sitco. Your name for the record, sir?
Hitesh Patel.
Okay. This is a public hearing. Anyone like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, declare the public hearing's been held. Proper for the council.
Move to suspend the rules.
Have a motion to suspend the rules. All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted.
Good luck with your business, sir.
Thank you.
Item 9, application for a special events retail liquor license, doing business as Cody Jinks Concert at 300 Water Street.
Representative, yes, sir. Your name for the record.
Joe O'Brien.
Okay, Joe. This is a public hearing. Anyone like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, declare the public hearing's been held. It's proper for the council. Need a motion?
Make a motion to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move for adoption.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted.
Good luck with your event.
Thank you.
Item 10, resolution reappointing Mayor Strange to the Solid Waste Disposal Authority.
Need a motion to suspend the rules, gentlemen.
Move to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. Item 11, resolution reappointing Charles Jenright to the Solid Waste Disposal Authority.
Move to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. Item 12, resolution appointing Charles Price to the Alabama Capital Region Solid Waste Disposal Authority.
Move to suspend the rules
On the rest of the agenda,
for the rest of the agenda.
all in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. Item 13, resolution appointing Dallas Hanbury to the Montgomery Historic Preservation Commission.
Need a motion
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. 14, resolution appointing Barry Crabb to the Alabama Capital Regional Solid Waste Disposal Authority.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. Item 15, authorization of demolition of unsafe structures at various locations.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Item 16, resolution designating nuisance abatement agent.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. 17, resolution declaring public nuisances, authorizing abatement and assessing cost of abatement of
Move to
public.
adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted.
Madam Clerk, got any more things? Anything else?
Yes, sir, we have some resolutions, I think, that,
So let me call on Mr. Larkin first. Mr. Larkin, you have a couple?
Yes, sir. Mr. President, I have 3 resolutions to bring from the floor.
Okay.
any particular order?
Yes, we will start with Aramark.
Okay. Application for a special retail more than 30 days liquor license by Airmark Educational Services LLC, doing business as ASU Acadome at 1593 Robert C. Hatch.
Okay. Any motion to suspend the rules?
I move to suspend the rules.
Okay.
We got to have a public hearing.
I know it. Okay. This is your name for the record, sir.
Tyrone Sanders.
Okay, Tyrone. This is a public hearing. Anyone would like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, declare the public hearing's been held. Proper counsel.
Move to suspend the rules.
Have a motion to suspend the rules. All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted.
Good luck with your event, sir.
Thank you.
Jubilee Community Center. Of the October 21st.
Application for a nonprofit tax exempt liquor license by Jubilee Community Center at 432 South Goldthwaite Street for October the 21st, 2017.
Your name for the record, sir.
Dre Wingate, sir.
Okay. This is a public hearing. Anyone would like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, declare the public hearing's been held. Proper counsel, any motion?
Yes, can you tell us what your event is?
Yes, sir. We actually have a total of 3 events. The first event is scheduled to take place this coming Saturday on October 21st. It is a movie screening and monster mash dance party for the Rocky Horror film. On 11/2, November 2nd, we have what is called Art in the Dark, where local artists exhibit their work, and it's hosted by Emerge Montgomery.
Yeah.
And the final event will take place on November 4th. It is known as Ugly Fest, and it's a night of live music from numerous bands.
Thank you. Good.
Motion?
And this vote, Mr. President, is only on the October 21st event.
Okay.
I move to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted.
Okay.
And this next one is
Yeah.
application for
Thank you.
nonprofit tax exempt for Jubilee Community Center, doing business at Jubilee Community Center for November the 2nd
Come
and
back.
4th,
Okay.
2017.
So we had more than one here. Okay.
Got
This
it.
is a public hearing. You want to speak against this item, please let me know. Seeing none, declare the public hearing's been held. Proper counsel. Mr. Larkin.
Move to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Councilor Bell? Unanimous.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted.
Okay. Good luck with the events. Now, we got
Thank you. I
more?
appreciate it.
That all
Thank
on
you.
that one?
I think that's all.
Okay, that all we got?
about this one?
Hey, that's.
Okay, anything else?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, Mr. Lee.
Mr. President, I've got one as well. The clerk's got all hand out. This is just an appointment to a board, planning commission.
Resolution appointing Clay McGinnis to the Planning Commission.
Move to suspend the rules.
Just a minute. Let me get everybody know what's going on. This is a,
Yeah, it's an appointment. I've had Pickett Reese on there. His time's expired, and he's on another board, so I'm moving to appoint Clay McInnes.
okay. Have a motion to suspend the rules. All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted.
Thank you.
Mr. Mr. President, I have contingency funds.
Huh?
Is that all the council has?
What's this now?
It's just a notification about number 6. It's already been
Okay. Madam Clerk, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Contingency funds for the council approval, and the mayor has approved these. District 5, $1,000 to Normandale Neighborhood Association. District 7, $2,500 to Bridge Builders of Alabama. District 9, $1,000 to March of Dimes. $1,000 to He-Man Ministries, $1,000 to YMCA, $1,000 to Montgomery Botanical, $8,500 to Debachi Area Council, $500 to the Air Force Association, $1,000 to Macoa, $1,000 to Woodmere Neighborhood Association, $1,000 to Bellwood East Homeowners Association, $1,000 to Halcyon South Homeowners Association, $1,000 to Copperfield Homeowners Association, $1,000 to Ranchette Estates Homeowners Association, $500 to Scott and Zelda Fitzgerald Museum, $1,000 to Renaissance Incorporated, $500 to ACT CDC, $500 to New Heights for Youth, $500 to Post.
Okay.
And Mayor, I have these that were handed to me before coming in, and I've checked them. We have paperwork on all of them. It's $500 to Riley Relief Foundation. This is for District 3. $1,000 to Capitol Heights Civic Association, $1,400 to Alabama Dance Theater, $1,000 to Alabama State University Foundation, $1,000 to Post Center for District 6, $1,000 to Rays of Life Hope Outreach Program, $1,000 to Montgomery Cougars football team, $1,000 to Alabama State SkyCap program, and for District 9, $250 to Distinguished Young Women.
Mr. Chairman?
Before we move from that one, if I may, the Cougars, I mean, that, surely to goodness, that's not a 501c3.
We have paperwork on it because one of you it's already given, Mr. Bell has already given to it, so they provided the paperwork that we need.
Okay.
Really?
So, in addition, Madam Clerk, I didn't hear any requests from District 4, which was turned in.
I don't have it with me. I don't have it
Okay,
with me.
it was about 12 items.
I don't have them. Did you send them in today?
No, I sent them in, I think, yesterday morning. It's a total of about 12 items.
Okay, I do not have them with me. I apologize for that.
I have not seen them out either.
Sir?
Just have him read them.
Do you have them with you?
Yeah, just read them.
Can you read them all?
I have it on my phone.
Yeah, read them.
You read them, Glenn.
If you'll hand me your phone, I'll read them.
I'll hack into it.
Barry's got them.
There's got it.
How's Barry?
Barry's coming
Barry
to
has
the
it.
rescue.
Barry to the
To the
rescue.
Hey,
rescue.
thank you, Barry.
Barry can read it. Why don't we let Barry read it?
Your voice better.
I can. 2,000 to Westgate Church, 2,000 to Carver CO 1966, 2,000 to Loveless Alumni, 1,000 to Brewer Heights Neighborhood Association, 2,000 to Youth in Action, 1,500 to Heritage Training, 2,000 to I Give Myself Away, 2,000 to Carver CO 73, Carver Park Neighborhood Association 500, 500 to Ridgecrest Neighborhood Association, 1,500 to Helping Hands Outreach, and 500 to Hunter Station Neighborhood Association.
Okay. Anybody got anything else?
What
Mr.
does
Chairman?
CO stand for my information?
Ma'am.
What does C/O stand for?
Class of.
Class of? Oh,
Yes.
so it's going to the high school for the class of?
Yes.
Okay.
But
Mr.
that
Chairman?
First one,
Yeah,
excuse me, Rich, just a second. On
Mr. Rogers.
the first one that you read out, it said straight to a church.
Westgate Church, yes, sir. It doesn't have any other explanation.
I will approve those subject to your determining that it is in fact.
Double check them.
501c3, because normally we don't give direct to churches.
Churches. Okay.
Normally.
Check that.
So if
Okay.
there's a foundation or, some other
Mr.
legitimate.
Bollinger? Mr.
Madam
Bollinger?
Clerk, I'd like to. Madam Clerk, I'd like to give $500 to the Clean City Commission. That's all. Thank you.
Mr. President,
Mr. Lee?
500 to Think Big, 1,500 to Lifetime Resolutions.
1,500
Yes, ma'am,
lifetime.
resolutions. And
Okay.
then 500 to the Clean City Commission as well.
Anybody else?
Mr. President,
Yes, sir, Mr. Pruitt?
500 to Wilson Elementary School and 1,000 to Brighton Estates Neighborhood Association.
You
Okay, y'all.
You okay with this, Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
One more from District 9. 500 for Clean City.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody else? Need a motion to adopt?
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Okay. All right, on our public communication for non-agenda items,